Hey, welcome in everybody. Welcome back to another super exciting episode of the Elvis Workshop. Thank you for tuning in as always. I hope you're having a good day and I hope you're doing well. The camera angle is a little bit different today. I don't have anything set up on the workshop bench over here, and that's because what I'm going to show you can't fit in here. And I'm actually really excited about today's video. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm kind of winging it as usual. I have a one-of-a-kind piece of memorabilia that I was able to pick up, and I want to show it to you today. A lot of times on this channel, I'll take new releases that have come out and kind of give my opinion on them and thoughts on goof-ups from the label or sound quality or packaging or whatever. That's not going to happen today. I do have some cool pieces that have come in, but I'll save them for another video. I just picked something up that is actually very near and dear personally to me that I wanted to share with you, and that's the focus of this entire video. So I don't want to take away from that to go over just other releases that have been put out recently. So with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, so people that watch my channel a lot or know me personally know that I'm really good friends with Jerome Stump Monroe. He was the drummer for the Sweet Inspirations. From 1969 to 1977, he performed with every show that Elvis ever did, with the exception of one show that he missed. His dog jumped up to say hello to him and poked him in the eye with the nail, and he missed a single show. Otherwise, he was there for everything. And after Elvis passed away, of course, he went on to do other things. He toured with Ricky Nelson for a year, and he's played forever. He's been a professional musician since the late 1950s, early 1960s. He started playing as a teenager. He's always done this. He's a very, very well-known drummer. He's played with everybody. I have an interview on my channel with him that you should go check out if you haven't seen it. It is fantastic, and we go over the major artists that he's played with through his career. So I personally have been to a few hundred shows that he's done. I've helped him load gear in, load gear out. I've toured with him. I've gone all over Europe with him. We've been friends for a long time. And he recently came to me and said he wanted to downsize a little bit with some stuff. And one of the things that he said that he was interested in doing is selling his drum kit. Now, for those of you that know him, don't think anything into that. He's not going to stop playing drums. He just doesn't want to lug them anymore. They're heavy, and he doesn't like doing it. He'd rather just rent a kit if need be. If he's going to do a gig, he'll just, as part of the rider, he'll have them provide a drum kit for him. So with that being said, I spoke to him about his drum kit, and it goes a little bit further back than I thought it did. And if you know Stump, he is very meticulous about things. If you ever been to his home, it looks like a model home. Everything is in immaculate condition. Everything is perfect. Everything is where it's supposed to be. Everything is clean. Everything looks great. So there's a point to that with the drum kit. I asked him what he wanted for the kit. We made a deal on it. And then I asked him a little bit more details about the drums. And he tells me, now I've known him for about 22 years, 22, 23 years. He tells me that he bought them on Maryland Parkway at a music store. Maryland Parkway is in Las Vegas, Nevada, for those of you that are not familiar. And he told me that he bought them in 1975. That was quite surprising to me because they don't look that old, to be honest with you. They're not all beat up and torn up, road weary and ragged and this and that, but Stump is a very humble person. He's not a braggart. He doesn't go around saying, oh, look what I have, like I do, I guess. You could say I have this stupid YouTube channel, but it's not about bragging. It's sharing stuff with people. But anyway, I have known him for over 2 decades, and I've never really talked to him about this drum kit. I've helped him load it in and out of shows countless times. So when discussing the kit with him, he told me that he bought it in 1975. And I said, no, wait. 75, you were with Elvis. He says, yeah, these are my Elvis drums. I said, well, what do you mean? To me, this didn't compute right away. He said, yeah, I bought these in 1975 at the music store on Maryland Parkway. I can't remember the name of it. He'll tell me again. He said, these are the ones I played with Elvis. Well, it's not that I didn't believe him. I just was surprised that this had never come up. So I have photos of him on stage playing with Elvis. I compared them to the drums, and it's a complete match. I could not believe that he's had these drums all these decades, and they look almost brand new. They're in great shape. Now, he doesn't agree. He says they're all beat up and torn up. They're not. They look fantastic. Anyway, so I thought a few things in this situation. One is I wanted them personally for me as a collector. But two, I thought that it was important for these drums to stay in the Elvis world with collectors. And then another thing, very importantly, is that I know him very well. He lives not that far from me. And I didn't want him to sell this kit to somebody and they're just gone. I wanted him to know that if he needed them for anything, that he knew where they were at and they would always be taken care of and always be available for him. So that was part of the deal to purchase the drums from him, was that if or when he needed them, if he didn't get a rental kit, I would bring them to him. So he was able to offload them and downsize them, but not lose them. So I think that's important for him. It's important for me. It's important. And down the road, they'll always be in the Elvis world. And should they move, they'll move to another Uber collector and be taken care of. And they won't just be sold to some random person. So I think it was very important. So I want to show you the drums. I'm going to show you some pictures of Stump playing the drums. And then I want to show you the drums. So my plan is to hopefully have him back over here in the near future and do a sit down with him and have him tell me the story about the drums. But he's had these drums since 1975. The drum kit itself is black with chrome hardware, and then the snare is all chrome. And it's a beautiful drum kit. And I want to have him come over and sit with me and tell me the story of these drums. And think about that. He's had these drums the last half of the 70s, all through the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, the 2020s. He's had the same drum kit all this time. But to me, as an Elvis fan and a collector, he played these drums on stage twice with Elvis. Now, he backed Elvis 3 times. 1971 in Philadelphia, he used Ronnie's kit. But in 75 in December in Las Vegas and in Madison, Wisconsin, 77, he used his own kit. This is the kit. He's kind of made a little bit of a legend of himself, or kind of a little bit of a legend for himself, as being the drummer that was called to play with Elvis with no rehearsals. This is literally the kit that he used to do that with. These are stage played drums from Elvis Presley. So I am delighted, very happy to have them, and I'm very happy to share them with you. So let's go take a look. I'm going to show you some pictures of Stump playing these drums, and then I'm going to go show the drums to you. So let's go have a look. I loaded the drum kit up into the truck and headed home. On the freeway, I was listening to Elvis radio on Sirius XM, and Elvis's live version of Unchained Melody came on the radio. And I'm driving down the freeway listening to the song, and the thought occurred to me that the drum kit that's in the truck with me right now was at that concert. The moment did not escape me. Anyway, little, it is what it is kind of moment, but I just thought it was very interesting how that song came on, and the drum kit that I was carting to my house was at the show. It just kind of drove it home for me a little bit more. So I really kind of relished that moment as I was driving down the road. It was kind of cool, to be honest with you. I really enjoyed it. And so it was just another cool moment with this drum kit for me personally. So here we are leaving the Elvis Workshop area, and just outside is this room here, which up until just recently just had movie posters and that kind of thing hanging on the walls, and I've had to change it up a little bit. I did not anticipate buying this drum kit. This is a console stereo system from the mid-1950s. I think it's from 1955 or 56, and it actually works. It does need a little bit of work with the speakers, but the system itself works. It's beautiful. It's had one owner previous to me. It's been in the same house since it was brand new. And then I moved it here to Las Vegas. And it was with another person for about a year, and then came to my possession. So I guess you could say it technically had 2 owners total before me. That is a 1956 Elvis RCA record player. Has the signature on it here. And I bought this recently, and it's actually damaged. I need to get it fixed. I'm waiting for the insurance payment to come in from the shipping, as they broke it during shipping, but there it is. It worked before. You can see the stylus is off. On the wall here, I have some guitars. They are not vintage to Elvis, of course, but that is a real Martin guitar with the Elvis leather case on it. That is a real Hagstrom, but it's kind of the discount version. That is the Epiphone version of the J200, and of course the Aloha guitar that I got from Graceland and paid way too much, but it looked great. So I had to buy it, even though I didn't want to for the money they wanted. Anyway, let's get to the real star of the show. This is Stump's drum kit right here. For those of you that are familiar with drum kits, you're going to immediately say, the idiot has it set up backwards. The toms on the wrong side, the snares on the wrong side, the hi-hats on the wrong side. Stump is left-handed. This is how he set up his drum kit from day one. He plays drums as a left-handed drummer. So everything is unconventional. Everything is backwards. But look at the, what I call pristine condition these drums are in. After being purchased in 1975 here in Las Vegas. Of course, the heads have been changed out over the years. They can only take so much of a beating. I do believe the cymbals have been replaced, but the drums themselves are original. The snare is original. There are pictures of Stump playing this very kit that you can see. There's a picture that's tight like this that you can see. These two and the snare. So I'm gonna take you around the back. Hope I can do it without knocking everything over and falling down. But this is what it would have looked like from his point of view. And you can see these drum heads are nice and well worn. He's played these for years and years and years. Isn't that beautiful? One-of-a-kind set, stage played with Elvis Presley in 1975 and 1977. Yeah, now how cool was that, right? That is awesome. Never in my life did I ever think that I would own something like that. It was never even on my radar. It just kind of happened. Stump was talking to me one day and said he wanted to downsize some stuff and mention the kit. It was never something I even ever considered. And now it's here. So I'm very happy to have it. I'm very thankful to Stump for giving me the opportunity to even have the option to pick them up from him. And wow, what an honor. So that's the kit he actually legit made his legend on, is that one. Of course, the first show in Philly was enough, but he did two more, and that's literally the kit he did the shows with. And wow, it's just awesome to me. So thank you for tuning in today. This has been one of my favorite episodes to make. It's not that long or detailed, and I showed you some other stuff, but I really wanted to share the drum kit with you. And wow, how awesome. So my goal is to get him over here and have him sit with me and talk to me about the history of the drum kit, where he picked them up. I know the location, but the name of the place. And some stories of the drum kit through the years. So I look forward to that happening. I hope you look forward to seeing it. Thank you again for tuning in and being a loyal watcher of my videos. Every time I make a video, I get a lot of feedback, and I do appreciate it. I read every comment. I try to comment back as much as I can. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I don't know what the next video is going to be, but we'll see, right? So if you don't like this one, I don't know what the hell to tell you, except you ain't nothing but a hound dog. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.